Hi, I'm Dr. John Evans. My profession involved a lifetime of dealing with trauma, aggression, violence, and healing. I hope that you can learn strategies to defuse aggression, redirect it into productive problem solving. And it takes compassion for the aggressor to do that. That's a tough place to get to. But in order to make peace with violence, I think we need to understand the world of the people who are being aggressive and why it's so important to them to keep doing what they're doing. And then hopefully there can be a conversation. That starts with hearing what the other person's problem is. That's where you start. Once you've established that the person has a legitimate gripe, they've got a legitimate issue that is affecting their life, you need to acknowledge the reality of their sense that their life is, they have a problem in their life, and aggression is their solution. But if you won't acknowledge that they've got a problem, you can't, your only choice is to either run and hide and put a shield up, or to aggress back. If you don't connect with what the other person needs or feels like they need. Once you've established with the aggressor that you're willing to listen to what their gripe is, and they don't need to continue aggressing for you to listen. Now, you do need a temporary strategy to interrupt the aggression. And that's why I recommend doing something completely out of the ordinary to create confusion. Because a person aggressing is expecting a certain type of either shrinking back or defensive response, okay? But if you step sideways and come at them and ask them a question that's off the wall, you've derailed their thinking. So that's a little trick from the psychologist chair, is if someone is raising their voice and getting escalated, is to ask an odd, off-topic question. It breaks the pattern because they're on a roll, see, and they're building momentum, and creating an interruption creates an opportunity for them to stop because they're on a roll. They're almost in a trance. It's almost they're in a hypnotic trance, an aggression trance, okay? And they're stuck with this aggression roll, and they've got momentum with it, and they just keep going. So the trick is to interrupt the role with something off the wall. That's up to your creativeness to come up with. For example, someone could be yelling at me and I could suddenly stand back sideways and go, that's really interesting. I mean, imagine someone's going, and they're about to punch you and you go, that's really interesting. I can't imagine what I did that took us from talking about the weather to you wanting to punch my face in. So I'm wondering what happened. That's just an example. I'm not saying that's the strategy for every situation, but it's an example of a pattern interruption. And so, now when it comes to domestic violence, you've established a pattern, and I'm afraid that pattern has a much longer cycle. Domestic violence cycles are often weeks or months in the coming between episodes of domestic violence, partly dependent on how much alcohol you have fueled in there and just how, explosive the family dynamic is there. If you'd like any more information about any of the topics that I've discussed today, see the information below. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell. Thank you.